So hello everyone. And I think I'm the only person who only attend online, right? Okay, thank you to Pi and Vision for inviting me to do this talk. I'm really honored to be part of this wonderful workshop. So my name is Hongyue Wang from Exertion Games Lab at Monash University in Melbourne, Australia. And today I'm excited to share my PhD research in human food interaction around the idea of sound as culinary material. And before I jump in, here's a quick overview that I will cover. The first is I will share how I get into that space and what fascinates me and the projects I've explored in the past 2.5 years. And finally, I will share the future I imagine, where human food interaction research is not only about technology applied to food, but something can really contribute to human well-being and better user experience. So I am an HCI and user experience researcher. I'm really value my own hands-on practices, uh, such such as building a tangible interactive system and exploring different kinds of food materials. And I love to work closely with people to gain the knowledge on what I can learn from the real experience. And before 2023, I was doing HCI works in China. And I also, after I joined the Exertion Games Lab, this is a lab that reimagines the future of play, games, and food. So this made me to rethink a bigger question. How technology deepen our connection to ourselves, to others, and to the world around us. And beyond that, what kind of world do I actually want to help build through my research? So for me, food is a medium to talk to the world because it's not only fundamental elements for our lives, but also full of possibilities because the technologies can be deeply involved in food-related practices, from how we grow it, how we cook, eat, share, and even dispose of it. This is kind of the definition of human food interaction. And much of today's work in human food interaction research is mainly focused on the food making and dining. It's not like something happened on the dining table. If you ask me what is human food interaction and what is different from other disciplines and research, I would love to say the biggest difference isn't that the human food interaction is simply more different or it's just use food material as a medium, but it's more like an integration space that where different disciplines can come across and meet naturally. So if you are a technique-driven person, so you can find some areas like fabrication and electronic computings um, to like develop your own skill sets. And if you are a more user experience-driven person, so you can focus on experience design, meaning making, evaluation, or even some like psychology research. And of course, you can combine them together. So almost everyone here in the venue, I believe that you can find your own position and own interest in human food interaction research. Because eating is one of the most everyday and high frequency and deeply embodied activity we have. So compared to interactions that mostly happened on the screens, food makes it easier to interact with our human bodies directly and with definitely more with less extra burdens. Yes, to make things easier, and I know it's really hard to understand this really abstract concept. So I divided the HFI research into two main directions. Here, the simple way I like to frame it is like technology with food and technologies around food. So what does it mean? Technology with food is about using food material itself as an interactive medium, like an edible interfaces that empower food with food materials with interactivity. So let me show you one example, Sonic Delights, created by my colleague Jialin Deng. And she used edible gold leaf as a circuit on the cracker. So the cracker literally becomes the speaker. So you can even feel and hear the vibration from the cracker because the cracker is, like producing sound. And technologies around food, on the other hand, isn't about like a food material itself. It's more about designing interactive systems to facilitate a better user eating experience. So definitely, I will show more examples in the next slides. Now, in the multi-sensory experience of eating, sound elements often feels like most unnoticeable part in our dining and around of us, but also one of the most necessary ones. Whether it comes from the food and the cooking process. So if you don't agree, let's do a quick thought experimentation. So imagine you are having this great meal, but like there is unpleasant music in the background. Now imagine the same meal, but with the pleasant music instead. I think everyone here can already feel the difference, right? And this is not something only about mood or subjective experience. So the research have already shown that auditory stimuli can influence our eating behaviors, perceptions, and even promote healthier eating habits. So researchers definitely recognize the important role of sound in shaping our using user experience or dining experience. So in the field of human food interaction, so there's a lot of works that use interactive sound to create playful and novel dining experience. These are definitely fantastic achievement, I agree, but they also raise a bigger question. How can we create food with sound? It's a simple question, but also really exciting one. To explore this question, I work closely with share participants because they understand food deeply. So they definitely can help us imagine how interactive sound can reconfigure the relationship between diners, food, or the senses, and of course themselves. So to frame this experience, I borrow Margaret Bolden's creativity theory, which describes these three types of creativity: combinational, exploratory, and transformational. So let me explain. You can just watch the first figure. It's Pegasus. Combinational creativity is like giving this horse a wings. It's just create something new by just recombining the existing or current elements. And exploratory creativity is about creating the meaningful outcomes with a set of rules. So just imagine yourself is playing this chess. You definitely need to obey the rules created by this games. And transformational creativity means changing the constraints and the rules themselves and to create a totally new space. And she mentioned different types of creativity will lead to different kinds of surprising experience. So we use Borden theory as a lens to explore what is the experience behind the sonic food creation, because it's a new concept in the human-food interaction research. So in the first level, to explore the combinational creativity in sonic food creation, we introduced the sonic cream. And this is also the first case study in my PhD. I built an interactive ice cream vessel so chef can arrange the sound clips and its sequence of how the sound will present, and use SD card to upload into the sonic cream. And diners will trigger them in order through the act of leaking. And now let's watch a short video to see what the project looks like.
So the program really excites my imagination and also kind of helping me to connect my visualization to the food that made by the chef, which is very amazing.
I never thought it would be that way to involve the interactive sound in the making of ice cream. So I might consider in the future of including this in the immersive dining experience.
Yeah, I really like the taste of all the products. Yeah.
So after trying this experience, one participant said the food and sound share the same qualities. So the chef one mentioned sound have different loudness, clarity, neutralness, and food have a strong or soft mouthfeel that can resonate with each other. This somehow suggests that interactive sound can become a novel ingredient that can be added into the food materials seamlessly and to enrich the food creation. So, sorry, is that okay? Okay, I'll go. Furthermore, to reflect the relationship between sound and food in culinary creation, I took one of the chef works as an example. There is a fine dining chef create a real iceberg style ice cream outcomes, and you can like watch this figure and listen to the sounds he created. So I don't know what's your current feeling, but when I first hear that music and with that ice cream, I cannot stop to shiver. And he used those sounds to resonate with different layer of the ice cream. For example, I just guess maybe he want to use the sound step on the ice to resonate the lemon piece because it will shape a very chill and cold atmosphere. But definitely, this carefully designed sound experience can become messy as the ice cream melts and definitely as diner consume it. So compared to treating sound as only an ingredient, we realized something important was missing. So how diners eat and what they eat could be used to meaningfully trigger sounds. So we just imagine the future scenarios like how about diner just eat the mint leaf and it will trigger step on the rest. And when they eat a lemon piece, it will trigger cold wind blowing. So it's a kind of future invasion like when diner interact with different food materials and each material could active its own corresponding sounds. So this is exactly the kind of question that exploratory creativity can help us tackle. So that's the reason why we moved to the Gastro Concerto project. And in this project, we designed a specific mechanism between sound and food creation. It's called dining sound pairing. Gastro Concerto is a composite system, including dining containers, a sensing hub, and also a companion app. It enables chefs to orchestrate diners' interaction with their food on the dishes and to active the corresponding sound. So this is the core or meaning of the dining sound pairing. So yes, let's also watch a short video to see how it will work.
Chefs often express their creativity through taste and visual presentation, yet sound, a powerful sensory aspect, has been largely overlooked in culinary practice. Inspired by how the acoustic signal varies with our interaction with food, and its changing properties, we placed magnetic piezo sensors beneath dining containers to capture these signals and develop Gastro Concerto. This is an auditory dining system that brings sound into culinary expression. Chefs can record interactions, assign sounds, and design their own sonic dishes. When diners interact with the dish, the system responds instantly with sound, enriching their sensory experience. Gastro Concerto leverages auditory interaction to foster chefs' culinary creativity while empowering them to integrate sonic dish creation into their daily culinary practices.
So with the help of Gastro Concerto, our chef participants present 6 sonic dishes, and each dish link different auditory responses to specific food interactions and material interaction. And I would like to share one quote from our chef participant, and let me describe the background of this quote. So Chef 2 is a bartender assigned a sound to the ice cubes taken straight from the freezer, and noticed that as the ice melted, the sound could no longer be triggered. As he described, sound might only make sense at a certain moment when a food has a very specific character. So this is a really interesting phenomenon, made me reflect deeply. So computing or calculating the food property changes during the interaction and consumption, sound seems like can be embedded as an intrinsic property of food material. So from these 2 case studies above, I reflect on the relationship between sound and food in culinary creation. These 2 case studies give interactive sounds a really unique role in sonic cream. Interactive sounds function as an intrinsic layers added to the food experience because it's just like an ingredient. And well, in Gastro Concerto, sound can become an intrinsic property of the food. So only when we interact with really specific food materials, it will generate the corresponding sounds. And in the final year of my PhD, I'm now exploring an open question. So what could transformational creativity look like in sonic food creation? I'm also curious about the answer from everyone here. And I was thinking maybe I will find the answer here because you are discuss more about the biosignal or mindful dining. But my current answer is is that the sound should go beyond the predefined sound clips. So what does it mean? Sound should become a real-time configurable element. So enable users or to dynamically change the sounds based on their momentary dining perceptions or emotions. Here's it's a very rough video I just finished editing yesterday. So just want to show everyone how it will look like. So yes, it's a really work in progress project, and I'm happy to discuss with everyone here about the future of this project will looks like. Yeah. So, and finally, I will end with a few takeaways, some of the most important reflection from my research currently. So the first is some could act as ingredients. So if you want to try that, just synchronize eating and listening together. That could enrich the sonic sensory layers of food. And sounds could act as a food property. If you want to do that, computing the unique signals generated during the food interaction as a means to enrich the sonic expressiveness of food. And yeah, for the last takeaways of thinking, the sounds could act as a toppings because toppings kind of stuff like you can organize or add it to your own food dishes their own preferences. So if you want to do that, try to empower users' creative agency to modulate the auditory dining experience by themselves. And I was thinking this takeaways is not only for human food interaction research, and it could also duplicate to any other like HCI works or psychology works that you can borrow. And yeah, this is all the this talk. So my name is Hongyue Wang, and thank you for your time and attention. Feel free to get in touch with me, and if you have any interest on human food interaction, and hopefully we can grow this community together. Yeah.
So
Thank
thank you so much.
And I'm also open for any question you might have.
As you can see the audience, hopefully. I think, yeah, there's camera
right.
here over there. Yeah,
Okay.
The microphone is there, so you can't hear the question, you might need to repeat.
okay. So yeah, is there anyone have question to Hongyue? Okay,
I have a question.
okay, cool.
Thanks for your presentation. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Could you?
I can hear, but not really clearly. So yeah, please.
So on the third project you shared, the one with the fog, is that unpublished work or is it something like a work in progress? What's the status for the third
It's
work?
yeah, it's a work in progress project and it's under review as definitely, but hopefully it will like to see each other. This work will see each other like in the next few months. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to learn more about it, but the first question is actually this session is recorded. Is it okay to share this video because it's an unpublished work?
Yes, definitely. Because the video I just do anonymous, I
No, I
think.
mean the Zoom recording. So the Zoom session is being recorded.
The Zoom
Is
is
it,
recording.
yeah, is it okay to upload this? Otherwise, I won't. So you just let me know.
Okay, let me consider. Let me consider.
Just let me know. So before you let me know, I won't be uploading it. But otherwise, I have a question for the prototype as well. Can you share some sort of design decisions behind the different sounds that appear when someone you say it's wasabi, and how do you correlate that specific sound to wasabi based on the example that you shared earlier? Can you elaborate this point a little bit?
The last project, you mean?
That's right.
Yes. So this is what I think I can like learn from this workshop as well, because at the last um talk, they mentioned we can use arousal or violence to detect the like current emotion situations. And I was thinking in the dining scenarios, how we can do the music adaptation based on our the current or momentary dining emotions and perceptions. I was thinking like Vision do a really good example is Living Bento because she used the heartbeat driven she used heartbeat driven lights to synchronize their perception with the expressiveness of food. So I'm thinking maybe it can also so this kind of theory can be also borrowed into my current research because when just imagine yourself is when you first enter into this restaurant, the music is created by the restaurant and by the and I don't know the audio designer, but it definitely not belong to you. So I think it's kind of really important question and direction we need to investigate more because how we don't know how the music can really align with our currently emotions. And for the technical part, so currently I just use really simple MU sensor. So it's to track the dining trajectory, like how we interact with our food. And also use capacitive sensing, so it can detect the food intake situation. So when you put the fork into our mouth, so the capacitance data will be changed. So yes, but it's definitely it's work in progress project because it's just based on the dining movement, it cannot reflect on our dining perceptions. So maybe in the future, I'll incorporate some more biosignals and I don't know some new algorithm to detect the emotions more clearly. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I have a follow-up question.
Yes,
So it's
please.
clear that there are different form factors in the different projects that you had. So the first one was the ice cream cone. The second one
Yeah.
was plate, if I'm not mistaken. The third one is the fork. Is there a specific reason as to why the form factor has changed? Because they're all kind of like a sonic interface. So the third one, you show sound coming out from the fork, and the first one is sound coming out from the ice cream. So is there like, does it depend? Are you trying to like create a variations of utensils, or are you trying to exercise like dependency on the dish? What's the sort of vision behind the different use of the different device? Or for example, like if we look at the wasabi example, can that apply on the plate as well? So if we integrate the fork technology into the plate, is there any difference or similarities? Can you expand on that?
Okay, thank you for your question. I would say it depends on it's come from my personal research interest because my background is more like electronic engineering and computer science. So when I first got in touch engaged with this is human food interaction research community, I would love to like make full use of my own expertise is doing more tangible interactive system creation And even no matter about the algorithm or hardware, it just need to fully utilize my own expertise. And when I first came to Extension Games Lab, I just remember that I was trying to explore different kinds of food materials. I was trying 3D food printing stuff, but I have to say it's not my um, personal interest. So I would love to create more like interact system here. So this is the main reasons. And the second is my PhD thesis is about sound as culinary materials. And so I definitely need to engage with shelf participants. And I also need to investigate what's the creativity stuff behind their food creations. So, if I focus more on food materials creations, it's kind of something that's really hard to integrate into chef's interaction or culinary workflow. So we definitely need to provide them a really tangible uh, interactive system that they can like plating, they can place food on the dish on the plate, or they can even I would say I'm not sure it's cook, but definitely it can be can accommodate their food creations in the like container stuff. Like as you can see in the Sonic Cream and Gastro Concerto project, I utilize the form of plate and the what does it say? The ice cream cone, so they can accommodate um, at least a part of food that can be served to their diners. So I think this is kind of the main reasons I was trying and keep consistently doing the auditory dining systems in my PhD.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Any more question?
Yeah, any else?
Yeah, if not, I have a question.
Yes,
For
thank you.
that, you have this like, hi, yeah, thanks for your presentation. Really interesting. But like to see your idea to combine the sound with the eating experience. I'm a bit curious, like how when it comes to the scenario that when people will experience your this tool or prototype in real way, how does the surrounding sounds like like
Ah.
affected? Do you need to control like certain environment for the experience to enhance it, like with the design, the sound that do you or like it's actually embrace the noise from the surrounding in the user experience?
Well, that's a really good question that really some kind of troubles um, like confused me a lot of time. So to make things easier, I just try to do my user study at the chef's home or in a lab environment. So it's definitely without too much um, surrounding sounds or noises. So the sound will release uh, reliable and consistently. So, but there is one example. So I think I can show you the the picture here. Uh, uh, so as you can see, this creation is I work in it's not in a chef home, it's in a like at least a public environment. And this cold wind blowing is the like the sound from the surrounding speakers, but it's not from the ice cream cones. And this is so the other sound clips is the interactive sound that only when the diners interact with the ice cream, so it can be released. So I was thinking maybe we can utilize the surrounding sounds and definitely the interact sound to play together in the future of human food interaction research, because it's kind of like resource and materials that can be resonate with each other. Yes, this kind of my finding based on my research.
Thanks. Yeah, I do feel like that would be quite. I mean, I'm not really so technical in this side, so I feel it's quite a big system if you try to involve the surrounding sounds. At the beginning, I was like, do you consider using some noise canceling asset to make it like more personal? But maybe it also blocks user from the social setting in the dining experience. So I guess it's probably need other ways to like kind of like engage with the environment. Yeah, so yeah, would be curious to see the direction that you mentioned being developed and explored.
Yes, it's really have a really large potential because like the sound from the surrounding environment is definitely can facilitate the shared dining experience and the commensality stuff. So it has a really lot of potential. But thanks for proposing that. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And oh yeah, I also have a opinion of the noise thing because last time I also conduct my user study in the bar. It is super noisy and loud. And so I think there's also a bit a risk or limitation that when we conduct our user study in the real world that, for example, like I remember that study conduct around 3 or 4 weeks or almost 1 month. And like in that bar, every day they play different kind of music. So it caused a kind of variable, but it's very hard to control. So I think it is very clever that if you could directly integrate the surrounding noise with the food itself, the system itself, that could be solve this kind of problem. Yeah.
Yes, I think so. I think so. Yeah, but like I'm thinking your research is not only about the sound, right? It's
Yeah.
about like acoustic vibrations and the heartbeat driven lights, some stuff. Like I'm not sure if your research is really influenced by the environment noise.
Well,
But
yeah, there's a lot of study that shows that sound or music could also influence our dining experience. Like when you listen to some chicken's sounds, you might feel like the egg or the chicken meat will taste fresher, something like that. So I still believe that the surrounding sounds could also influence the whole dining experience. Although my focus is not about sound, but I think it's potentially
yes, yeah.
influence. And I'm not sure like for the Simon's cup because the driven also from sounds, let's say. So I'm also curious about like if you have any opinion that if the I also could make focus on let the cymatics cup has sounds, but the
Mm,
thing is that the sound currently is just very boring hertz. It's not melody or something like that. So do you have any opinion about that?
okay, cool. But overall, I think no matter interactive sounds and the surrounding sounds has its own um, affordance that our designers can borrow because the interactive sounds is just like when you like real leak or interact with the food and the sound will release. And so surrounding sound is something that always on site, always around you, but how we can utilize these different kinds of affordance into our research is a very interesting question that we can investigate and explore in the future. Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
Thank
That's
you
cool.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your sharing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here to share my research.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so let's have a afternoon tea break for 15 minutes. Yeah.
Some drink and snack and stuff.
Yeah, there's a snack you could have.
If you're not full from earlier, there's a lot more food now. There's sushi as well, so just help yourselves.